So I've gone 90 days without smoking a cigarette. Actually, I think it's 91 days. I quit smoking. My first day quit smoking was May 1st, 2022. And the first month was pretty freaking rough, I do have to say. I didn't really want to go out too much in public places because I didn't want to smell cigarettes or see somebody vaping. It would trigger me, and I would want to just go and eat a bunch of food. I've been eating a lot more food. So I've been gaining a lot of weight the last couple months, the last 2 months. I can only fit into 2 pairs of pants that I own, so I'm gonna eventually have to go buy some new pants or go looking at some thrift stores for some used pants. And I've had several times where I've quit smoking throughout my life. I started smoking when I was 13 years old, and even when I was in high school and junior high, I think I stopped smoking when I was 18, and I took a bunch of karate classes and taekwondo, karate, and a bunch of martial arts stuff. I was really into martial arts in my younger days, and I'll tell you a little story about that when I was smoking. I kid you not. When I was in junior high and high school, I had records. I had a lot of school records for the mile and for the 50-yard dash, for pull-ups, for sit-ups. And that was when I was smoking cigarettes, right? I would piss a lot of the track stars off and a lot of the jocks off because I could, I could outdo them. So when we would, during class, when we would run the mile or the mile and a half, we would run the track, and I would go down the corner of the school there, and the smoker's pit was down at the end of the track there on the corner of the field, and I would run down the stairs. Somebody would give me a cigarette, I would puff on it, puff on it. Actually got suspended a couple times doing that, because the principal would walk around the back side of the other park there, and they would just go grab a bunch of people and take them up to school because they were skipping school. And after I would puff my cigarette, I would run up the stairs and go catch up to everybody and go blast past them, all the track stars and stuff. They used to get so pissed off, it's like, dude, you should join track or field or something, and I had several records in my junior high school. And I was smoking cigarettes, right? A lot of the football coach said I would be a really good wide receiver, and I kid you not, I would do 50 pull-ups in like a minute, right? 50 pull-ups. I could do 20 pull-ups with one arm, right? 20 pull-ups with one arm, right? A lot of these guys, these jocks, would be like trying to do 5 pull-ups, and I would just go up there, boom, 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 just pump it out, right? And but that only lasts a while when you're young like that. I really got into jogging too when I quit smoking in my 20s. I started again when I was like 24, and I started smoking for just a little while there, and I stopped smoking. And when I stopped smoking, when I think late 20s, I took up jogging, and I would jog 5 miles every morning before work. I actually went and jogged with some of my coworkers. A couple coworkers jogged too, and I would do 10 miles one day a week. I think we had our 10-mile jog on Wednesday, and I really got into jogging. But jogging is not good for your knees, especially on concrete. It's not good for your knees. And I have always metal detected, right? I've always metal detected, even when in my younger days, just right when I got out of high school, I started metal detecting. And the weather's changed here. I'm gonna explain this here a little bit. When I was younger, I don't remember it being super hot days, like 100 and something degrees, over 100 degrees out. My state has always been clean and green. Even in the summers, the summers, the grass never used to grow brown like this. It never used to go dormant in the summer. Now the summers here are just dry as a bone and super hot. Just in the last 5 years, I think that the climate's really changing a lot in the last few years. It might not be climate change, but the weather patterns have really become dramatic here. Take you back to 2020. 2020, we had all those wildfires, the historic wildfires here in Oregon, and in the summertime I wasn't able to even go outside because for 2 weeks, because the smoke was so bad. It was like bright orange. Even during the daytime, it was like nighttime during the day, and the air quality index was off the charts. The monitors wouldn't even read it because it was off the charts, and I would wheeze. I would come out here for just a few minutes and smoke a cigarette, just start wheezing, right? And it was just recommended not to even go outside for a couple weeks here because the smoke was so bad. And then that winter, 2020, we had a historic ice storm here too that just destroyed the city. I mean, at night, it happened at night. It was like 3/4 of an inch of freezing rain fell on just in like a couple hours, and I heard it. I heard all the trees falling around me, and trees were falling on houses. Big branches were falling all over the place. We were out of power for a week there. A lot of people in my city were out of power for 2 weeks during that ice storm, and the parks were just really tall. There were just a freaking sheet of big branches all over my park for like 3 months because it was so bad that they couldn't get to the parks. I showed you some. I think I showed you some videos of the parks. Just completely destroyed the parks. Trees were all falling over on the pathways and stuff. Just destroyed my city. And a lot of houses in my area really got hit hard because I live in a place that has a lot of trees around it, and a lot of homes, the trees just crashed in the house, right? Just destroyed the houses. And then last year, in 2021, we had our historic heat waves. We had 117, 116, many days over 100 degrees last year, and it was just dry. If you go back and watch my videos, how dry and hard and brown that grass was. It was like concrete, just horrible. This year isn't nearly as bad as last year. And then this last winter, we had it was really dry. We had a really dry winter, and it was sunny, right? Sunny, beautiful weather, 60 degrees out. I was in my short sleeve shirts, and metal detecting. I made a lot of videos this last winter because it just wasn't. Usually it rains every day. Really crappy weather here in the wintertime. And then this spring of 2022, we had a really wet spring. Lots of snow in the mountains. It dumped a lot of snow up in the mountains this spring and late winter. And we had our wettest month on record, our wettest April on record. I can't remember exactly how much, but it was really wet this last spring. Then we had a mild summer to start with, and now it's getting hot, the temperature going up and up. We just had a stint of 7 days around 100 degrees, and that was, we broke a record there with the most days over 96. I think it was 96. Just yesterday it was 103, so a lot of days over 100 the last couple weeks, right at 100. So it's changing. It's becoming harder to make videos when it's hot like that. I can't get a lot of videos up because early in the morning I can't make videos because the sun is low on the horizon. It just makes for really crappy videos, right? Get a lot of saturation, a lot of washed out videos because the shadows and stuff and the harsh lighting. And then when it gets like around 85 degrees, which is like before noon, usually the last week or so it's been 90 degrees at noon, so I can only hunt till about 11:30 or so, and by the time it gets 11:30, my camera is not functioning very good anymore. My camera doesn't do very good in the heat, so I only have that small little window of opportunity to be making videos. So, and I can't, obviously I can't go metal detecting when it starts cooling down, because it's still 90 degrees out when the sun goes down, or in the upper 80s. And you know, it's been really hard lately to make a lot of videos like I was last year or this last winter. I would like to be out there, but it's just I can't do the heat, right? And the ground is hard too, so I've been getting less out of the ground. My detector's not detecting nearly as deep, and I just can't dig deep because the ground is just too hard. It's like concrete. And I can't go in the creeks because I got a scratch on my leg. My cat scratched my leg a few days back, and during this heat wave I wasn't able to go in the creeks. I don't want to go to the ocean because the traffic there is just freaking horrible. You know, driving there, the traffic is just so freaking bad. Some of the worst traffic you can ever see on the West Coast is at the beach, right, on 101, or heading to 101. I live about 90 miles away from the beach, so it's quite a drive, you know, to go find some sand. And my creeks here are really crappy, literally crappy. You know, the homeless pee and poop in it, and there's bricks and rocks and big chunks of concrete. But there's relics here, you know. There's a lot of relics in my area, just lots of big iron too. So once my ankle heals up in the next few days, I'll go to the creeks. And the creeks are really high right now. The water levels are really high because we had so much snow this last spring, and we just have a lot of runoff right now. The creeks in my area are still really high. Even the river in my area is really high, and so I'll just wait until the rivers recede a little bit. Once that snow melts, I'm sure in the next few days the rivers will start going down really low, and I'll be able to get in the creeks again and start smacking some targets out when it's hot out. Even though my camera doesn't do very well, I still want to be outside doing something. You know, I've gained quite a bit of weight, probably 25 pounds in the last 3 months since I quit smoking. So I really need to get out there and burn off some of this fat. I don't feel it. I really don't feel it. When I bend over to dig my target out, my pants are tight, but I can burn some of this off once I start, you know, really getting active again. You know, once it starts cooling down. But I'm gonna get out there in a couple minutes. My detector's still charging, so I want to get out there and go detecting. Today's the first day around 90 degrees, so it's not going to be too hot today. Well, thank you for watching.